Var, and in this module, we will look into and understand who is an advertiser and a publisher, what is a DFP ad server, and how DFP ad server or Google Ad Manager server works. We will also look into the ad serving platforms that are majorly used by publishers and the advertisers, and let's also understand what creative advertisers mean, what exactly when people say what I got this from the creative provider. Let's understand and see who is a creative provider. So let's get started. So advertiser, everybody knows, is a person who sells his product online, or he may sell his product or his services online. By online, I mean he could sell his product on the Facebook family of apps and services. He could create an ad in Google AdWords and show his ads on the Google search. You could also use any other kind of DSP such as Trade Desk or DV360, where you could uh, create a campaign in the DV360 UI and buy inventory programmatically. Now, advertiser owns a website to sell his product and services. Similarly, publisher also owns a website, but he owns a website to produce content and show it to the users. And another main important objective of the publisher is to monetize the website, monetize the revenue. Publisher monetizes revenue through ad units or the ad slots that are present on the page. Now, ad slots are the spaces on the website where the ads appear. You might have encountered or you might have seen whenever you access a website, you might see an ad on a 300 cross 250 ad slot available on the right or the left column of the website. So these ad spaces are nothing but the ad slots, and the creative or the ad where and the creative or the ad fits into that ad slot. These creative or ads are from the advertiser. Advertiser gives the ad to the publisher. Uh, Publisher's main uh, intention is to show the advertiser's ad on the website or the publisher's page. This is how the publisher earns revenue, because publisher is taking money from the advertiser for showing his ads on the website. So now we clearly understand what is an advertiser and the publisher. Let's get started by understanding what is a DFP ad server. Now, DFP ad server. Now we understand who is a publisher. Now, publisher is a person who uh, creates content and shows it to the user and monetizes his website by selling ads or by showing ads on the website. He sells some kind of an inventory to an advertiser. He sells spaces to the advertiser. That is how publisher earns revenue. Now how these spaces are created, how everything is managed, how ads are sold in the digital marketing world. Now there has to be some kind of an ad server. We call here is it as a DFP ad server. Now DFP ad server is nothing but an ad server for the publishers. Now when I say DFP ad server, uh, it means its main purpose is to create a campaign. It involves creating a campaign in the ad manager UI. Ad server is also efficient in reporting clicks and impressions. It is also efficient in targeting the ads to the right user at the right place at the right time. It exactly knows how to target the users. It exactly knows how to show the ads to the right person at the right time, so that that person is interested in seeing the ad, clicking on it, and making a purchase maybe. So that is the main functionality of the DFP ad server. We call it as, it is renamed nowadays, it is renamed as Google Ad Manager. So DFP is no more, it is renamed as Google Ad Manager. But in the videos I may interchangeably use DFP or the Ad Manager, but all that you need to remember is DFP or the Ad Manager is the same thing. It is no different. Now let's see how DFP Ad Manager works, or the functionality of the Ad Manager. How does Ad Manager serves ad? Now here, this is a user. Now this is a web server, this is an ad server. What happens? Let's see what happened behind the scenes. Now the first step, now user sits on his chair and he accesses the website. Let's say it is www.page.com. Now as soon as he accesses the website, a request is made to the web server for the content. We all know what is a web server. Now web server is a place which stores all the information about all the web pages across the globe, and it gives relevant pages to the user whenever he demands or whenever he accesses it. Now, as he has accessed www.page.com and the web server has information about the page.com, so web server gives him the pages. and the content get loaded on on this page. Now, as soon as the content gets loaded, an ad request is made from the ad spaces that we discussed previously. Now, these ad spaces are not automatically created. They are created by using an ad server. They are created by using an ad server such as DFP. Now, ad server gives you a tag, gives you a GPT tag. GPT is nothing but the Google publisher tags. These are usually in the form of an HTML code. Now, an ad manager generates GPT tags and gives it to the publisher. Now, these publishers, what they do is they take those tags and give it to the developers and ask the developers to implement in the source code of this page. Now, once these tags are implemented on the source code of the page, we will be able to see the ad spaces that are created somewhere here, or it could be on the top leaderboard as well. So these ad tags, now as soon as we know that the first step is over, the content got loaded on the page, and the tags that the ad server generated got executed on the page as they are implemented presently. So these tags make an ad request to the ad server. Now ad server, as we discussed previously, now ad server is a piece of ad technology that is being used by the publishers for running and managing their campaigns. In the ad server, there could be hundreds of campaigns. In the ad server, there could be hundreds of ads uploaded to it. Now these are all the ads that the publisher has got from their advertisers. Now, as soon as the ad slots or the ad tags make a request to the ad server for an ad request is nothing but the request for an ad. So it makes a request to the ad server for an ad. Now ad server identifies the request coming from the ad slot. Now this is an ad slot. It identifies the request coming from the ad slot and returns back. In the background, ad server runs an ad selection process. As I have told you that ad server has hundreds of campaigns in it. So it runs an ad selection process in the background and selects the best campaign and gives the best campaign or the ad back to the page. This is how the users are able to see the ad in the reality. Now this all process happens in nanoseconds. So it is actually virtually not possible to see uh, the steps when we access the page. This is how the ad server or the ad manager serves ad. Now this is the simplest thing. This is very important uh, when we actually work on the DFP ad system. This could also help in troubleshooting things, right? So the next part we will discuss is the ad serving platforms used by advertisers and publishers. Now many of us must be aware uh, that many of us we already know about the majority of the platforms like AdWords or Facebook. Now advertisers use this platform to serve their ads. Okay, so an advertiser may use AdWords account and show his ads on the search result of the Google search engine page, or you may use another DSP like demand side platforms like DV360 or Trade Desk, wherein they can manage the campaigns, they can create the campaigns in their UI. However, the serving happens only through the DFP. However, the delivery happens only through the DFP. In campaigns such as DV360 or Trade Desk, they can only create a campaign. Okay, now DV360 provides the advertisers an access to the marketplace wherein they can buy their inventory from the publishers, wherein they can buy programmatic inventory from the publishers. Now I am by programmatic I mean that it happens uh, over a pipes over the pipes, like to be precise, uh, they can deal with the publisher, and programmatically they can deal with the publisher and they can buy the inventory, because whenever the ad slots that are present on the publisher's page make a request to all the buyers, and the buyers who bid the most, that buyer will be selected and his ad will be shown on the publisher's page. Now this process is called as programmatic. Now when it comes to the platform used by the publisher, majority of them in the world uses Google Ad Manager because it is the most efficient platform, because it has a lot of other varieties or advantages, like it tracks clicks and impression, it tracks active view. Now it also has audience targeting, like for example, if I'm interested in showing my ad to a particular kind of people, I can show it to them. It also involves mobile devices targeting. For example, if I want to show my ads only in desktop, I can show it, or in mobile devices I can show it, or in all the devices I can even go ahead and target it in the Google Ad Manager. Now this is the efficiency of the publisher uh, platform, which is Google Ad Manager. Now let's see who are creative providers. Now when people say I got this from creative provider, what exactly do they mean? Now creative providers are the people who develop the ad. Now this ad could be in the form of an image, or they can also generate some kind of a JavaScript tag and give it to the advertisers. Now, for example, like, let's say we have a Pepsi advertiser. Now the Pepsi advertiser wants a Pepsi ad. Now he can talk to his creative team, in-house creative team, or if they do not have an in-house creative team, they can also reach out to some third-party creative providers for developing the ad. Now let's suppose in this case they have reached out to the third-party creative provider. Now this third-party creative provider could develop a static image ad, like, normal ad, and give it to uh, the advertiser, or else he can also develop some other type of ad, like, you could develop a JavaScript code and give it to the advertisers. Now what does the publisher do after getting these ads? Now publisher takes those ads, be it an image or an HTML5 tag or a JavaScript tag, and gives it to the publisher. Publisher then takes this tag and uploads it in the Google Ad Manager. Now, as Google Ad Manager has already information about all the tags, all the ads in it, it can run an ad selection process in the background and select the best ad and return it back to the page whenever the ad tags or the ad slots present on the page make an ad request to the ad server. Now, this is how the ad serving is working in the background, and this is the role of the creative provider in the ad serving process. Now, some of the famous third-party creative providers are Sysmic. Now, Sysmic people usually generate a code and they give it to the advertiser. Advertiser then passes it to the publisher. Now, DCM. Now, DCM is also a place wherein we can traffic campaigns and generate tags and give it to the advertisers. And advertiser then can definitely pass it to the publisher for trafficking it. Other famous some third-party creative providers include Bonsai and Selltry. Now, this is about a basic understanding of the terminologies used in the digital ecosystem of publishers. So that was it from all of us at eKita.com. Thank you. Thank you so much.